All right, today we have Shelton Bryant, who got 40th place at the Columbus Regional, playing FLOOWANDEREEZE. Let's talk about this deck. Burb. All right, so we got 3 Robina.
I played 3 Robina. Best bird, searches every small bird. Searches not only FLOOWANDEREEZE off his card, which is nuts. I searched Crow off his card like 9 times. It was great, especially against Fire King or Snake Eye or whatever.
The games where you don't draw the shifter.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shifter for 1 card.
Sexual.
I played 3 Eaglin.
3 Eaglin.
Searches all the big birds. This is your plague in the deck. This is the card that everyone wants to stop.
The Ash target.
Exactly. You need to make sure you back it up. I played 1 Stree, 1 Toucan. I feel like having 1 more of either of these would have been cool, but it never came up too much. Maybe just like the occasional brick or so.
You know, maybe we got you from 40th to 39th.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And then I played 2 M-Pen. I am not one of the people who are like play 3 or side the 3rd or whatever. I think 2 is just fine. Sometimes playing against the Runic guy, they might banish 1 or something like that. But
Runic's not that popular in the format.
No, it's not. But you never know. So, but I played 2. I played 1 Avian, 1 Ryza. This is the best card. I would cut Avian before I cut this card. This is the best card. And then
Makes sense. I got the sexy,
the 4-in-1.
Oh.
I didn't have this for the tournament, but I got it right after.
Yep.
But anyway, you have to play these 2 birds because this is your negate, this is your evenly out, and then this is your board clear. So.
Makes sense.
I played the 1 Crow. I searched this off Robina like 9 times. It was crazy.
Robina's wild.
Anytime you have access to full birds, you just search this and then go from there.
Absolutely.
I played 3 of the best card. This card should be banned. It's just too good.
That card is unfair in the game.
It's very unfair.
Shout out to Drytron, Chain Shifter.
I played Drytron round 1, and I had Shifter every game, and he was just not happy. So
I believe it. I've been there.
I played 3 of the best card.
The best card.
No one will tell you to play less than this. It's the best card in the deck.
Best card in the deck.
When you only draw 1 bird.
When you don't get cosmicked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is your saving grace. And it stops you from using your regular normal summon. So.
Okay.
Best card. 3. This card for me, I don't really know. Most of the time I have the map already, and once you have Robina or you have full birds in rotation, this card doesn't really do anything. So if on the crackback, if they ash your Eaglin or they ash your Robina or whatever, doesn't really matter because you already have full birds anyway. So this card may go to 2 one day, but for right now it's staying at 3. It's
absolutely fine. Wild, but okay. Cutting Roto when we barely draw birds.
This card is a brick by itself. Allows you to put cards back and draw, which is that never came up for me. But the tribute effect is insane. Not once per turn. And I abused that in every game I could.
Big nasty. Okay.
3 pot.
Okay.
3 pot.
We don't want to brick, but we still brick.
Exactly. Somehow you still brick with maximum consistency. These do not conflict with each other because this card doesn't draw. So.
Have you ever seen the Flunder lists that play like 3 prosperity?
3 and 1.
Extract?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that?
I have thought about doing it, but I am too scared to conflict with prosperity.
I don't know. I feel like there was a couple of games today, like we played at locals. He went X2 after whatever, but biggest trouble was 2 matches in a row, 4 games, just no birds.
No bird, man. No bird. In this deck, your biggest problem will be no bird. And I saw people playing the Swallow's Nest or Swallow card.
The new card out of Phantom Nightmare.
I don't like it. I don't like it because it searches for a bird with the same level.
Okay.
If it searches for a bird with a different level, that'd be great, but it doesn't. So.
Okay. On to the spells. We'll finish them off.
I played 3 Thrust.
Did you ever wish you had a 3rd?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes,
shout out to Jordan taking it.
This is the best card. Especially when your opponent ashes you, call buys you. I mean, not call buy. Ashes, Valor.
Just the
I
punishing.
I even got shifted by some of my opponents.
Okay. So it's the punish setting like the Featherstorm and Imperms.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, makes sense. All right.
I set even the trap card off this a few times.
So there were modes where you wanted the 3rd?
Yes, there was.
Okay, awesome.
My main 2 my main 2 thrust targets was Regeki and Duster.
How were these for you for the entire event?
This card, absolutely insane.
Okay.
And there's another card that I will tell you that I searched even more than this.
Okay.
But this card was the better one. I didn't really play against any back row decks. I had this against Voiceless Voice one time, and it ended up clearing the board, and it was fine.
Shout out to Lucas for not getting cosmic or anything, I suppose.
Yeah, apparently. And then I played one call by
The sexy card. The best one of in the game.
yeah. I mean,
Ban
like, either let this card come to 3 or let it go to ban because this card is unacceptable.
Card is unfair.
I played 3 Imperm. You don't want to play into Thrust or Talent, and this was the best way to play around it. Obviously, I'm playing Shifter, but so
Draw face shifter,
I tried to play around it as best I could.
Of course.
The trap card. This lets you play on your opponent's turn. Best card to have on your opponent's turn. I would rather have this than map. Because or at least the map they can play around, they can't play around this.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then I used the book effect. I abused the book effect, especially against my Ubel opponent. Kept booking his monster and all that. Yeah.
Very scary. Okay.
The number 1 card I searched off of the Thrust, evenly matched.
Okay. The one of.
The one of evenly matched. This came up so many times against Voiceless, against Snake Eye, against the Drytron player I played. It came up against a lot of people.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I would never cut this card. And then the last card is the one, Feather Storm.
I mean, the card, the GOAT, most decks.
I mean, this card is just auto win. You just win the game. I'm like, and I don't like this card. If I got this card activated on me, I would feel like it's unfair. But you abuse it while you can. So
you play the birds, you play the bird card. It makes sense. Okay. How'd you feel about the main deck today?
My main deck was fantastic.
Okay.
The only games I lost were games I couldn't play due to not drawing a bird or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So, and you can't fault yourself for that. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I wouldn't change anything about the list, maybe besides like my thrust target.
Okay.
Or something like that.
You want to move on to the side deck?
My side deck, I played 3 Droll.
Sexual. All right, he's lying to you guys.
I played 3 Droll, 1's foreign.
Sexual.
This card came up not really that many times. I would have liked to see Shifter instead of this card. But if I
it's one or the other. And
this was the backup, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I played 3 Die Fight.
Okay.
This card is fantastic. I love this card. Sometimes this is even better than Shifter.
I saw you resolve a Ryza while having Fisher on the board to stack they were pretty wild.
It's great. It's fantastic. I love this card. I've seen some lists maining this card.
The backup play.
It's great. It's great.
Get Ash on Eagland, Fisher pass.
I would never cut this card.
Okay, awesome.
3 Cosmic.
Genuinely one of the best cards.
Yes, very much. Against the Voiceless Voice player I played, I think it was in round 4 or something like that. I opened up double Cosmic.
Hitting the continuous spell.
Yeah, the continuous spell and the trap card.
It's just unfair.
It's just great.
Card's wild. Yep.
If only it didn't play life points.
No.
So this card I was kind of controversial about. I put this in last minute, 3 Soul Release. I activated this card 1 time. And it resolved the 1 time.
Were you already winning? Did it help?
So he went first, and he ended on SP Flameburge.
Okay.
So he was kind of losing anyway, because the deck shouldn't end on that. And I soul released for 5, and it resolved. But I feel like I was winning anyway, because he didn't have any triggerable action or anything like that. So.
Was there anything you feel as though you would replace like this card with?
Yes, I would. I would replace this card in a heartbeat with Vanity's Fiend.
Oh, God.
I missed this card so many times. I would much rather have Vanity's Fiend.
Where are the ultis, though?
I'm not a high roller.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
One day I will be, but not today.
All right. Well, we'll keep those vanities, in the side post now,
Talk.
One other thrust target I had was Dark Ruler. This card never came up.
Okay.
Didn't really. I put it in, but it just never came up against anybody.
I also played it. I didn't feel like this card was super great in the meta. It got through like one negate being like Skull Guardian or maybe out of DSP, but like I could already do it.
At that point, you could already deal with it or play through it or whatever. So, and then the last 2 cards were Double Featherstorm. Because you want to see this card as much as possible.
You want to see it through the hand traps and hand trap your opponent with it.
It's an auto win. If you draw this in 1 bird, you're still winning the game. So
okay, makes sense.
What it was.
You want to run by your extra deck? Not like it really matters, but
I mean, if you play Flu, the extra deck doesn't really matter. The reason mine may look like it matters is because right before this event, I was gonna play Cherries, and I got convinced not to play it.
Did you feel like you wanted the Cherries ever, or did it like really come up?
I felt like if I drew the Cherries, like against a certain opponent. So like before, these were Princess and the other.
I think it was the Rock of Vanquisher.
Or that for Vanquish Soul, and I had I had a moo bait in here just in case someone was playing Drytron, and I had other other Cherries targets. Do I feel like it would have came up? Maybe. Do I feel like it would like won me games? Probably not.
Did you ever touch your extra deck while playing in the tournament?
Like summon off my extra deck? I summoned Typhon one time.
Were you already winning or losing the game?
I was losing the game, and Typhon got me back into it, and I ended up still losing that game.
See, that's why Typhon should not be a $40 card.
No, it should not.
All right, well, that's awesome.
That was my list.
Do you want to give any shout-outs? Do you want to talk about any experience that you had negatively or positively during the event?
I had my first deck check, and I was extremely nervous with my deck check.
He said, please don't mess up.
Exactly. I really didn't want to mess it up or get a game, because they said we were the first people who did not have a problem with the deck check.
Okay.
So, and shouts out to my opponent who was really friendly during that, the yugioh player.
Okay, awesome.
And then shout out to my team, KWAULLITI. Obviously. Hopefully gonna go to Nats and get this top this year.
Okay.
Be in Austin, Texas. And,
shout out to Lucas. Okay. Go see that deck profile soon.
And all the tryhards that play with me every day to help me get better at this game.
All right, awesome. Well, hopefully we see more deck profiles. Hopefully you just stop losing locals and, do something else with it.
Hopefully.
All right.